Yes, sir.
Hi guys, Zach here with No Command & Conquer Red Alert video. In this game I'm playing a free-for-all match on the map Destruction Derby and I'm starting in the top right position playing as the Allies. Now, in the game previous to this there was some strange things. There was like players who were acting like bots, so I don't know if it was like they were being AI controlled or something like that. I'm going to talk about it in the chat on this game because I did say it to one of the other players. But what I'll do is I will show you some of the footage from that game so you can see what I'm talking about. As you can see from the replay screen, there are two other teams. There's Cyan and there's also Pink. And for me, they've both got 2 ore trucks, they've both got 1 ore refinery, they've got a base, they've got some tank units outside and which aren't moving, and they've got some turrets. And you can see exactly the same from Pink, 2 ore trucks, 1 ore refinery, some tank units just stationary, and some turrets throughout the base, and no movement at all. And to me, I just think that looks like bots. It doesn't look like they are real players. And when you attack the base, the tanks did move around a little bit and fight back. I've never ever seen any players play like that before. Just it was more like a computer was playing rather than an actual person. Anyway, back to this game. So there are some names I know in this game. So I do know that they're not going to be all bots like the last game. And on this map, what you've got is you've got lots of ore patches around the map. But then you've got an island of gems in the middle. And whoever controls the island of gems has a big advantage. And that's one of the reasons why I'm definitely taking one of my scouts to the middle. I'm also taking scouts to the left as well, because I know there's another team on the top of the map who usually ends up in a fight with the top right. And you can see a little blue infantry getting up through there. And that was a bit careless for me, which is why I'm building some more infantry. Just to try and catch it. It looks like it's going maybe to the top end of the map instead. And I'm going to be going for quite an economical start. I'm just building my first war factory there, but I'm not going to be building my second war factory yet, because what I'm going to need to do is I'm going to need to expand to another ore patch and start using that just so I don't run out of ore early on in the game, or which is what happens if you use 2 war factories and build them straight away, because the building speed will be too fast. And there's no point in having a faster building speed if you can't utilise it, because then it's just wasted resources on whatever you built. What I'm going to need to be careful of is blue though, because he's got a bit of visibility on my base, and you can see I'm just trying to get towards that other ore patch, and it took me a little while, so I don't know if there was possibly a better way of doing it, or maybe I should have focused on the other ore patch first, I don't know. But now I'm going to be starting to get out my medium tanks as soon as I can. I'm just having a bit of a look at this left position, and we can see that already Cyan is out of the game. There are some other parts of the map and other positions where people start close to each other, so they might have had one of those, and we can see that yellow is below us. I don't really want to attack yellow at this point though. I need to see if there's a person to the top left, because they'll be the biggest danger, because the top left has nowhere to go really except to the top right, and that'll lead them right to my base, so I really don't want to fight with yellow for early on. I need to have a look at this point here, and we can see there's a team in red playing in the top left position, and that's where we're going to need to go first of all. So we're going to leave yellow for now. We can see yellow's building tech centres and radar domes. That could mean he could have a Tanya possibly, but hopefully he'll be ignoring me for now and just focusing on the teams below him or to the left of the map. Because if there's someone to the left, then they will be getting control of Gem Island probably. And I'm going to build my radar dome so I can see what's going on. Because when you've got teams in different positions, on different directions, then it's really good to be able to know if one's coming to attack you while you're trying to go and attack another team. But I'm going to go for red now. It does look like he has some base defences, so it might take away a bit of my army, but that's what happens sometimes. I'm also building a service depot so I can build extra MCVs. So I've got a bit of vision on yellow there, so I can see if he does try anything. As I say though, I don't think yellow will attack me. I think it'll be, if anyone's going to attack me, it's going to be from the top left. But from what I could see from the base, they were busy building base defences, so I don't think they're going to have as many tanks at this point. And now I've got that service depot down, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to build an MCV, and I'm also going to build an extra ore refinery just to keep my economy going. So now we're going to this position here. Let's see what Red's got. Yeah, we've got a turret there, he's got some rocket troopers, we'll take out his barracks, and he does have a few tanks, but I think we'll be able to take these buildings out. We can see that construction yard going down, and those turrets, there's not going to be enough of them. We'll be able to take them down as well, and also that ore refinery, we should be able to get that down. You can see those tanks not moving around as much, and yeah, there's not much Red can do here. He's got 2 ore trucks. It looks like he might be one of those other players like we had in the other match, actually. I don't know for sure, but it may be, that might be the case. And now I've got my next MCV out, so I'm going to take that up. Yeah, because it did look like the guys in the other game, he had 2 ore trucks. His tanks didn't really move around much until I attacked his base. So it could have well been, maybe I should have just left him there, and he would have just stayed there. Actually, I would have wanted to use his part of the base, and now he's going for attack on my base. So we'll see if he gets to attack any buildings. It doesn't look like he's attacking anything, actually. I don't know if he's looking for my construction yard, maybe. That's a possibility. Yeah, I don't know what he's doing at the moment, but I think he is going for my construction yard. Nope, he's going to the left, and now he's going back, and now he's firing on it. But it's too late because his tanks are taken out now. Right, so I've got a couple of ore refineries on that ore patch to the top, so that's going to give me a good economy. And now I need to decide what else I'm going to do. I think I'm going to need another MCV, and I don't need a radar dome, but what I'm going to build is a tech centre, because what a tech centre is going to do for me is it's going to give me satellite after a certain amount of time. And yeah, you can see Red's actually built another ore truck. Also, it might have not been one of those players, because the other players already had 2 ore trucks. He's built another one. Unless he has another, I don't know, if he has another base somewhere, then I guess it could be useful, but I don't know. And I don't think he would have another base, because then his other ore trucks would possibly be moving. Anyway, we'll take out his remaining buildings. You can see also Orange has been defeated from the game. So that's Orange out, and Red is about to follow, and he's out of the game. So there's only 3 teams left now in the game. We know where Yellow is. Yellow's quite close to us, but we don't know where Blue is. And what I noticed is the other 2 teams are Soviets, so they'll have Tesla coils and things like that. I've also built a chronosphere, so I'll be able to transport units to different parts of the map. We'll just have to see how the other teams are doing. Once I have satellite, I'll be able to get a better vision of the map and know who to attack. Because when you've got 3 teams left, it's always quite difficult, because it's not like obvious who you should attack. I could go and attack Yellow, but then if the other team have a really big army, then I'll have made a mistake. Quite often what can happen is 2 teams can fight it out, and then it's the team that sits back and builds up the army is the team that wins, because they just go and bulldoze the person who's left. And that's happened to me, I'm sure. Like, if you look far enough, you'll see videos in the past where there's been one team that's you haven't really seen much of all game until the very end, and then they have this big huge army which comes out and just destroys the player who's left. But what I'm doing now is I'm just building my economy, and that's going to be really important because I want to build a real big army. And also making sure I have plenty of power as well. I don't want to get wiped because of that. I also need the power to research satellite, because if you're low on power you don't actually research all the things. And I'm also getting a bit of map vision there with my infantry. And we can see that Blue is just to the left of Yellow. And that's quite dangerous, because what it means is that Blue probably has control of Gem Island. And that's very important, because it means that Blue is going to have access to a lot of resources. So we're going to possibly need to try something to do something about that. But we can see a Tesla coil from Blue very close to Yellow's base. So it looks like Blue and Yellow are going to have it out. And indeed, Blue do have Gem Island, and they do have lots of Tesla surrounding it. But I do have a little idea of what I might do to counter that. So hopefully I will be able to do that soon. I've also got a ore refinery, a bit cheeky there, going for the same patch as Yellow. But hopefully Yellow have got bigger things to worry about now, because they've got a Blue base crawling into their base. So I'm going to put a couple of ore refineries there and just chance it with Yellow. but it looks like yellow are going to have Teslas firing on them. And now it's time for my plan to counter blue. Blue has control of Gem Island, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take that off him so he doesn't have all those gems. You can see me building those naval yards, and I'm going to be building some cruisers. And what those cruisers are going to be able to do is they're going to be able to fire on the island. They're also going to be able to take out the bridge that links the island to the mainland, and therefore blue won't be able to get control. Just trying to get some naval yards down there, and you can see now blue firing with a Tesla coil on one of those naval yards, and it looks like that naval yard's going to go down. But what I am getting is cruisers, and those cruisers can do great damage against buildings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and take out this crawl with those cruisers, and we'll see what damage we can do. You can see he's got another Tesla coil, and Teslas are definitely a lot more powerful land turrets. But when we've got cruisers helping those turrets, then things can be very different, because those cruisers, you can see, are going to be able to do a lot of damage to those Teslas, especially at short range. And you can see those Teslas being pushed back now, and now he looks like he's going with the engineers. He was probably going to try and do a little bit of an engineer rush. So what I'm going to need to do is build some pillboxes to take out any infantry that come my way. That was probably a good idea, actually. Use the infantry, use the engineers to take the construction yard. If he managed to do that, then he would have been able to build naval yards of his own and been able to maybe counter this push that I'm going to be doing. But now you can see those Tesla's coils are being taken out, and I'm managing to push his base a bit back. And I'm going to possibly be able to do a base crawl towards him. I know my initial thing was to take out the gems and take out the bridge, but there's just some buildings I can take out in the meantime here. And I can also start using this ore patch, and you can see those cruisers just doing absolutely great damage to all of those buildings. And now blue's selling up some of those buildings. And now we're getting onto some of the buildings that are a little bit further away, where the cruisers might be a little bit less accurate, although they've still got some good accuracy there actually, so it's okay for the time being. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to move up that map, because you can see there he's got ore trucks going for that over that bridge. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to force fire, and that bridge is now being cut off. What I probably should have done is waited until the ore truck was on the other side, and then he would have been in real trouble. But there's nothing blue can do now, except he's going for the attack on my base. So he's going to the top left. You can see he's got a base there. He's going to be trying to use that ore patch, and I'm being attacked right now by a couple of heavy tanks. And that's not too worrying for me. I'm just going to build some medium tanks. You can see some engineers. Oh, this guy absolutely loves his engineers. What we're going to do is build some pillboxes to take out those engineers quite quickly. And now you can see he's having to pull back. And now attack reinforcements in the form of tanks are coming to my base. And I think I've got enough medium tanks there to take out his base and to survive against this heavy tank attack. Because you can see my tank numbers are great, and he's getting absolutely swarmed. He's managed to take out one ore refinery, but that's not going to do too much, because I've got another ore refinery just behind it. And we can see that yellow is there with mammoth tanks, and now blue has tapped out of the game. So it's now just me against yellow. And from what I can see, I don't think yellow's got too big an army. We can see he's definitely got some mammoth tanks there, but I don't think it's going to provide us too much of an issue. My medium tanks were at the other side of the map, and you can see him taking out those ore refineries that were sort of on his ore patch. But what I'm doing now is I'm going to build an extra war factory, which is going to increase my building speed for tanks. I've also got another... Yeah, I've got a construction yard there. I've just managed to chrono it to the middle island, so I'm going to be getting that improved resources in the form of gems soon, once I built this ore refinery. But I'm possibly not going to need that anyway, because you can see those cruisers are in range of some of yellow's buildings, and you can see those mammoth tanks coming in now. And mammoth tanks, although they are very powerful individually, when they're fighting a lot of other tanks, they're not really that economical. I think I made a video about this ages ago, why I never use mammoths. Unless I'm doing a troll video, obviously. I've done that troll game mammoth only, but you can see those tanks being taken out by my medium tanks, and they're not going to survive very long. I've now got the ore refinery on that middle island, so I'm going to be getting lots of resources in the form of gems. Because you can see I'm struggling for economy at the moment, and that's because a lot of the ore patches now are deplenished around my base. You can see they're all there, but I am going to get, of course, those gems. And as soon as I start getting those gems in, I've got another ore refinery, so I would be able to place it on the middle island, but you can see now Yellow's base is going to soon be destroyed because he's lost all those mammoth tanks, and I've got plenty of medium tanks, so that is going to definitely be a good game. So yeah, you can see with when you have a person who gets the middle island, it's always best to go Navy, especially if they're playing as the Soviets, because they don't really have any counters. All they can build is submarines, which aren't very good against allied naval units. And as soon as you take out that bridge, it sort of levels the playing field. I also managed to take out quite a lot of the buildings from blue as well, which just made it very hard for him to do anything. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video.